Cold stars shone brightly over the small research station on the edge of the galaxy. Inside, Alex sat alone in the lab, staring at the strange alien DNA samples under his microscope. He was a human scientist, one of the few who had ever worked with real alien life. His job was to learn about other species and help humans understand the universe better. One day, the station's communication system beeped urgently. A small ship had arrived nearby. Alex hurried outside. A young alien girl stepped down from the ship. Her skin shimmered faintly blue, and her eyes glowed like tiny moons. She looked tired and scared. Alex approached her slowly, not wanting to frighten her.
"Hello, I'm Alex. You are safe here?"
The girl looked at him carefully. "I am Lyra," she said in a soft voice. "I come from the planet Zyron. My people are in danger." Alex nodded. He had heard about the troubles on Zyron, wars, diseases, and strange new threats. Lyra's people needed help, and Alex felt a strange pull. In his heart to protect her, days passed, and Alex and Lyra spent more time together. They learned each other's languages and shared stories about their worlds. Lyra was kind and smart, and Alex found himself smiling more than usual. One evening, Lyra looked worried. "Alex, I have news. I'm pregnant," she said quietly. Alex's eyes widened in surprise. "Pregnant? But with whose child?" "My people have a special way to choose partners. You and I, we bonded. It is rare, but real." Alex felt his heart race. Could a human and an alien really have a child together? The next day, Alex took Lyra to the medical bay. Scientists ran many tests. Their faces turned serious when the results came in. Alex sat beside Lyra, holding her hand. "What is it?" the lead doctor explained. "Human and Zyron DNA are very different. The child's genes can't grow inside a human or Zyron body naturally. The pregnancy might not last." Lyra's eyes filled with tears. "But the child is alive now, I feel it." Alex felt pain for her. "We must find a way. Maybe science can help." That night, Alex searched through old files and secret research logs. He found a project called Portable Artificial Womb. It was designed to help babies grow outside any body. It's a perfect solution for impossible pregnancies. But the device was experimental, fragile, and needed constant care. Alex knew it was their only hope. He told Lyra, "We will use this artificial womb. It can keep your child safe." Lyra nodded slowly. "But where will we keep it? It must be protected." Before they could plan, the station's alarms blared. A group of armed aliens was approaching. They wanted Lyra and her unborn child. The hunters believed the baby's unique genes were valuable. Worth fighting for, Alex grabbed the artificial womb device and helped Lyra stand. "We must leave now. I will protect you." They ran through the dark corridors, dodging security gates and using hidden tunnels Alex had discovered long ago. The hunters were fast, but Alex knew the station better. They reached an old shuttle, barely working. Alex started the engines while Lyra held the artificial womb close to her chest. The shuttle blasted off into space. Outside, stars raced past. Alex looked at Lyra. "You are safe now, but this is only the beginning." Lyra smiled weakly. "I trust you, Alex." Alex looked at the artificial womb. Inside, the tiny life moved. It was the impossible child. The first mix of human and Zyron DNA. Alex whispered, "We will keep you safe, no matter what." But deep in the dark space, enemy ships followed. The chase had begun. The stars outside the small shuttle blurred into long streaks of light as Alex pushed the old ship to its limits. The soft hum of the engine was the only sound inside the cramped cabin. Lyra sat quietly, her hands wrapped protectively around the small, glowing artificial womb, resting on a special platform between them. Alex glanced over. "The device is still working," he said, trying to sound confident. But his voice was tight with worry. Lyra nodded slowly, her glowing eyes reflecting the soft light from the womb. "Must keep working. Our child's life depends on it." Hey, Alex wiped sweat from his brow. "I've never seen anything like this. The artificial womb is experimental, and it needs constant power. If the energy fails even for a moment, It could be fatal. Lyra's lips tightened. We can't stop, not until we find a safe place. The shuttle's small screen beeped suddenly, flashing a warning. Warning. Power levels dropping. Alex's heart jumped. He quickly flipped switches, rerouting energy from non-essential systems to the womb. I'm managing it, but this ship is old. We'll be over. Lyra's hands tightened around the womb. Can't let that happen. Our child is stronger than anyone imagined. Suddenly, the shuttle's external sensors showed multiple blips on the radar. Alex frowned. Enemy ships. They're closing fast. Lyra's face paled. They want the child. They believe its DNA can make them powerful. We must lose them. Alex took a deep breath. I'll do my best. He pushed the shuttle into a sudden sharp turn, weaving through a dense asteroid field. Nearby, large chunks of rock floated silently in space, dangerous but useful as cover. The enemy ships followed, but one by one. They slowed or crashed against the asteroids. Alex let out a small breath of relief. The asteroids are helping. The danger was far from over. Lyra suddenly gasped. Alex, look at the womb. The lights are flickering. Alex rushed to the device. The small glowing orb inside was pulsing irregularly. Something's wrong. The energy is unstable. He opened the control panel and saw the internal battery was failing fast. We have to find a place to recharge the device, Lick said urgently. Lyra's eyes searched the stars ahead. There is an old space station nearby. It's abandoned, but it still has power. It might be our only chance. Alex nodded and set a course. Hang on. Minutes later, the shuttle docked clumsily at the dark station. Inside, the silence was heavy. Lights flickered weakly along empty halls. The air was stale, but briefly. Alex carried the artificial womb carefully as they moved through the station. If we can connect this to the station's power grid, it should last longer. Lyra held his arm. Thank you, Alex. You are my only hope. Alex smiled weakly. We'll get through this. But as Alex plugged the device into the station's power source, a low growl echoed behind them. They froze. From the shadows stepped a large, strange creature. Its skin was rough, covered in scales, and its eyes burned with hunger. Alex whispered, Guardians. The station is not as empty as it seems. Lyra stepped forward bravely. We don't want trouble. You only need power. The creature hissed and moved closer. Alex slowly reached into his bag and pulled out a small energy blaster. We can't fight. But I won't let you harm Lyra or the child. The creature stopped, watching them carefully.
Ow.
Then it spoke in a low voice. Why do you carry the child of two worlds? Alex answered honestly, because the child is a symbol of hope. A new future. The creature's eyes softened. I will let you use the power, but you must promise to protect the child. Alex nodded quickly. I swear it. The creature stepped aside and watched as Alex reconnected the artificial womb. The device's glow steadied, and the baby inside pulsed with a soft light. Lyra sighed with relief. It's safe for now, but Alex felt uneasy. We are not alone in this. Someone is always watching. As they rested, Lyra told Alex about the strange symptoms she had felt in recent days. My body changes, she said. Stronger, but also weaker. The embryo's power is growing fast. Alex studied her carefully. That's dangerous. If your body can't keep up, it could fail. Lyra smiled faintly. It is worth the risk. Suddenly, the station's emergency alarm blared. Red lights flashed. Alex grabbed the artificial womb. We have to move. They found us, the creature. From before, growled. Go quickly. I will hold them off. Alex and Lyra ran through the dark halls, alarms echoing behind them. They reached the shuttle just as enemy forces stormed the station. Alex fired at the attackers, his shots precise. But limited Lyra held the womb close, whispering, Stay safe, little one. The shuttle took off just as the station was overwhelmed. The creature's roar faded into the distance. Alex gripped the controls. We escaped, but it's only the beginning. The enemy will not stop. Lyra looked at the glowing womb. Child carries the future of both our worlds. Alex smiled with determination, and we will fight to protect it, no matter what. The stars outside were cold and silent as the shuttle drifted through deep space. Alex stared at the small artificial womb resting between them. Its soft glow was the only light in the dim cabin. Lyra sat beside him, her face pale but strong. "We can't keep running forever," Alex said quietly. "We need allies." Lyra nodded. "I know of one who might help. An alien doctor named Varric. He's from my planet, but he left years ago. Some say he is a traitor, but he knows about advanced medicine. He might save our child." Alex frowned. "A traitor? Are we sure we can trust him?" Lyra hesitated. "I don't know, but we have no choice." The shuttle changed course toward a distant space station, one of the few places where Varric was said to live in exile. As they approached, Alex felt a mix of hope and fear. The station was old and shadowed, surrounded by strange energy fields. The docking was rough, and the station's airlock hissed open. They stepped inside a cold, dim hallway. The air smelled faintly of chemicals and metal. "Stay close," Alex warned. A thin figure appeared from the shadows. It was Varric his. Skin pale, eyes sharp and calculating. He looked older than Alex expected, but moved with quick, precise steps. "I heard you were coming," Varric said smoothly. "Lyra, it's been a long time." Lyra's eyes filled with mixed feelings. "Varric, our child is dying. The artificial womb needs repair, and my body is weakening." Varric smiled faintly. "You brought the impossible child. I have been waiting for this chance." Alex watched Varric carefully. "Will you help us?" Varric nodded. "Yes, but I have conditions." Lyra looked at Alex. "What kind of conditions?" Varric's eyes darkened. "Access to the artificial womb to study it fully. Cooperation. From you both." Alex frowned, but knew they had no other choice. For days, Varric worked tirelessly in his lab. He connected strange machines to the womb, scanning and repairing parts. Lyra rested nearby, her strength fading. Alex grew restless. He watched Varric closely, sensing something hidden beneath the doctor's calm exterior. One evening, Alex overheard a soft conversation between Varric and a shadowy figure through the open lab door. "The child's DNA is more valuable than we," thought Varric whispered. "If I can control it, I will have power no one can match." The shadowy figure chuckled darkly. "Bring it to us soon. The hunters grow impatient." Alex's heart pounded. Varric was not just a doctor. He was working with their enemies. He rushed to Lyra. "We can't trust Varric. He plans to steal the child." Lyra's eyes were filled with tears. "What do we do now?" Alex thought fast. "We must take the artificial womb and leave tonight." But Varric was ready. As they moved to leave, alarms blared throughout the station. "Traitors," Varric shouted. "You think you can escape?" Alex and Lyra ran through twisting corridors, Varric's guards. Close behind, the artificial womb's glow flickered weakly. Alex held it tightly. "We won't lose this child." Lyra's voice trembled but fierce. "We fight together." They reached an escape pod just as guards blocked the main exit. With no other choice, Alex launched the pod into space. Outside, the stars seemed cold and distant. Varric's voice crackled over the comms. "This isn't over. The child belongs to us." The pod's controls showed limited power. Drifting far from the station, Alex looked at Lyra. "We survived, but the danger is closer than ever." Lyra touched the glowing womb. "Our child is a symbol of hope and fear. Want to protect it? Others want to use it." Alex nodded. "We must be stronger." In the darkness of space, with the impossible child growing inside the artificial womb, Alex and Lyra made a silent promise. They would protect this child, no matter the cost. The escape pod floated silently through the vast emptiness of space. Alex tightened his grip on the controls, trying to steady their course. Lyra sat beside him, her eyes fixed on the softly glowing artificial womb, cradled carefully between them. Inside, the tiny life pulsed faintly, a fragile miracle born from two worlds that should never have met. "We can't stay here long," Alex said quietly. "The pod's power won't last." Lyra nodded, though exhaustion weighed heavily. On her, I feel it too. The child grows fast. Stronger than any being I've ever known. Alex glanced at the device's readings. The embryo's heart rate was steady but unusually high. It's developing at an impossible rate. This child isn't just a mix of DNA. It's something new, something powerful. Lyra's fingers gently brushed the glowing orb. I feel connected to it more than I ever thought possible. It's like the child is reaching out to me. Suddenly, the pod shook violently. Alex's eyes snapped to the view screen. A dark ship appeared from behind a nearby asteroid, closing fast. Enemy forces had tracked them. They're coming, Alex said grimly. We have to hide. He pushed a button, activating the pod's stealth mode. The pod became almost invisible. Blending into the starfield, enemy ships slowed, scanning for heat signatures. Lyra held her breath. Will it work? Alex nodded. For now, yes, but only for a little while. Hours passed in tense silence. Alex monitored the artificial womb closely. Then, something incredible happened. The glowing orb inside the device suddenly brightened, pulsing with a steady rhythm. A soft warmth spread through the pod. Lyra gasped. Alex, the child, is responding. Alex leaned closer. The embryos. Biosigns are changing. It's adapting to the artificial womb. He reached out and touched the control panel. The device's systems adjusted automatically, stabilizing the child's growth. For the first time, Alex felt hope. This is more than a miracle, he said softly. It's evolution. Lyra smiled weakly. Maybe our child is meant to be the bridge between our worlds. But the moment was fragile. Lyra winced suddenly, clutching her side. Alex, something's wrong. Alex moved to her side. Tell me. Her breathing was shallow. My body. It's reacting to the child's power. It's like a storm inside. Alex's worry deepened. You have to rest. I'll monitor everything. As he checked her vitals, Alex noticed strange energy spikes from the artificial womb. The child's growing power was affecting Lyra's biology in ways no one understood. The pod's sensors picked up distant signals, a faint but growing wave of interference. Alex frowned. That's not normal. The child might be emitting some kind of energy pulse. Lyra's eyes widened. Is it dangerous? We don't know yet, but it could reveal our position. Suddenly, the pod's alarms blared loudly. The stealth system failed. They found us. Psst, Alex shouted. Outside. The enemy ship fired pulses of energy, hitting the pod's shields. Sparks flew inside the cabin as systems flickered. Alex gritted his teeth and pushed the pod's engines to full power. Dodging through an asteroid belt nearby, Lyra clung to the artificial womb, whispering softly, Please be safe, little one. Pod shook violently as it took a direct hit. Power levels dropped sharply. Alex's hands moved quickly over the controls. The womb's battery is almost dead. If it fails, the child won't survive. Lyra's voice was barely audible.
Alex?
Do whatever it takes. With no time to think, Alex ripped open a panel and grabbed a portable energy core from his bag. He rushed to the artificial womb and carefully connected the new power source. The device's glow returned, stronger than before. A sudden warmth filled the cabin, and Lyra let out a relieved sigh. Alex looked at her, eyes filled with determination. We're not giving up, not now. Hours later, the pod drifted into the shadow of a small moon, a hidden sanctuary Alex had found on his last mission. As they landed, Lyra stepped out carefully, still weak but determined. This place will keep us safe for a while, Alex said. The moon's surface was rough and barren, but its underground caves held warmth and shelter. Alex set up the artificial womb in a secure chamber deep inside the caves. The child's glow filled the dark room, casting soft shadows on the walls. Lyra sat beside it, placing a gentle hand on the device. I feel it growing stronger here. Alex watched her, his heart heavy but hopeful. Days passed. Lyra's strength slowly returned, but the child's power continued to grow in ways no one could predict. One evening, as Alex checked the device's readings, A strange signal appeared on the monitor, a rhythmic pulse, almost like a heartbeat, but stronger. He called Lyra over. Look at this. The child is sending out a signal. Lyra's eyes sparkled. Maybe it's trying to communicate. Alex smiled. Or maybe it's calling for help. Suddenly, the cave trembled. Rocks shifted as a deep rumble echoed through the tunnels. What was that? Lyra asked, alarmed. Alex's face went pale. Something's coming. Something big. From the darkness, glowing eyes appeared. Alex reached for his weapon. Get ready.
Ah!
A massive creature stepped into the light, its skin shimmering with bioluminescent patterns. Eyes filled with ancient wisdom, Lyra gasped. The Guardians. Of this moon, they protect this place. The creature spoke in a low, echoing voice. We felt the child's power. It calls to us. Alex nodded. We mean no harm. We seek only safety. The Guardian looked at the artificial womb, then at Lyra. The child is a new life, a promise of change. Lyra smiled softly. We want to protect it, help it grow. The Guardian stepped aside. You may stay, but be warned. Others will come for the child. Alex understood the truth in those words. Their fight was far from over. The quiet sanctuary of the moon's caves gave Alex and Lyra a rare moment of peace. The artificial womb glowed softly on its platform, a fragile beacon of hope and new life. The Guardians had allowed them refuge, but their warnings echoed in Alex's mind. Others would come for the child. Alex paced the small chamber, restless. We can't stay hidden forever, he said. The enemies are closing in. They want the child's power, and they won't stop until they have it. Lyra sat beside the glowing womb, her fingers tracing gentle circles on its smooth surface. Our child is growing fast. I can feel it moving, stronger than before, but so am I changing. Sometimes I don't recognize myself. Alex stopped and looked at her. Your body is still adjusting to the embryo's power. It's affecting you in ways we don't understand. You need rest. Lyra shook her head. Rest won't save us. We have to be ready. Suddenly, a low rumble shook the cavern. Dust fell from the ceiling, and distant howls echoed through the tunnels. Alex grabbed his weapon and signaled to Lyra. They've found us. Outside the chamber, the Guardians gathered, their glowing eyes scanning the darkness. The biggest of them, the Elder Guardian growled, Prepare yourselves. The hunters are coming. Alex checked the artificial womb's energy levels. The device is stable, but it won't last if the attack drags on too long. Lyra tightened her grip on Alex's arm. Then we fight. Minutes later, the entrance to the caves exploded inward. Enemy soldiers poured into the tunnels, weapons raised and faces twisted with greed. Alex fired, his shots lighting up the dark with bursts of blue energy. Lyra moved swiftly, using her alien agility to dodge attacks and protect the womb. The Guardians roared, joining the fight with fierce power. Their glowing claws and bioluminescent strikes stunned the attackers, but the enemy was relentless. They pushed forward, determined to capture the child. In the chaos, the artificial womb trembled violently. Sparks flew from its core. Alex shouted, The womb is damaged. We have to protect it at all costs. Lyra shouted back, Get it to safety. Alex grabbed the device, shielding it with his body. He and Lyra ran deeper into the cave system. The enemy soldiers closed behind. Suddenly, the ground beneath them cracked open. Splitting the tunnel, Lyra caught Alex's hand, pulling him away just before the floor collapsed. They found themselves in a narrow, twisting passage. The air was thick and hard to breathe. Alex looked at the artificial womb. We need to stabilize this now. He opened the panel, quickly repairing broken circuits with trembling hands. Lyra kept watch, her eyes sharp for any sign of pursuit. Minutes felt like hours. Finally, the device hummed steadily again. We're safe for now, Alex said, breathing heavily, but before they could rest, a terrifying sound echoed behind them. The enemy had followed. Alex and Lyra sprinted through the tunnels. dodging falling rocks and dangerous drops. At one point, Lyra's strength faltered, and she collapsed. Alex caught her just in time. "You can't give up now." She looked up, determination blazing. "For our child, I won't." Together they pushed on, reaching a wide underground chamber. The Guardians waited there. Blocking the enemy's path, Alex raised his weapon. This is the last stand. The battle was fierce. Energy blasts and glowing claws clashed in the darkness. Alex fought with everything he had, driven by the need to protect the child and Lyra. Suddenly, an enemy leader appeared, wielding a weapon that pulsed with dark energy. He aimed directly at the artificial womb. Lyra shouted, "No." In a desperate move, Alex threw himself in front of the blast. The energy hit him with a sickening force. Pain exploded through his body. He collapsed, the womb slipping from his grasp. Lyra screamed and caught the device, shielding it with her body. The Guardians surged forward, pushing the enemy back. Alex lay on the ground, breathing hard, but alive. Lyra knelt beside him, tears streaming. "You saved our child." Alex smiled weakly. "I'll do it again, whatever it takes." The enemy forces retreated, defeated for now. The cave was silent, except for the soft glow of the artificial womb. Lyra whispered, "Our child is safe." Alex reached out, holding her hand. "But this war is just beginning." Together they looked toward the future, uncertain, dangerous, but filled with hope. The cave was quiet now. Battle had ended, but its echoes lingered in the air. Alex lay on a rough stone slab, his body aching but alive. Lyra sat close, gently holding the artificial womb that had carried their child through so much danger. The soft glow of the device filled the small chamber with warmth, a stark contrast to the cold fear that had haunted them for weeks. Alex opened his eyes slowly. He looked at Lyra and smiled weakly. "Is it safe?" Lyra nodded, tears in her eyes. "Yes, the child is stable. Stronger than ever." Alex reached out, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "I never thought this day would come." Lyra smiled softly. "Neither did I, but here we are, against all odds." The artificial womb pulsed gently, and suddenly, a small sound filled the room, a soft cry, barely a whisper. Lyra gasped. "It's the child." Alex's eyes widened. "Is it time?" Slowly, the artificial womb began to open, revealing a small creature, part human, part Zyran, but something entirely new. Its skin shimmered with a faint blue glow, and its eyes, though closed, held the promise of life and power. Lyra leaned forward, tears streaming. "Our child. Born into the universe." Alex's heart swelled with emotion. "We did it." But even in this moment of joy, questions filled their minds. What did this new life mean for their worlds? Could it survive outside the safety of the womb? And what dangers still lurked in the shadows, revealing its eyes, revealing deep, glowing pools of light that seemed to see beyond the present? Alex felt a shiver run down his spine. It's already different. Lyra held the child close, feeling a strange warmth spread through her. It's a new beginning. Days passed. The child grew quickly, its powers emerging in small but wondrous ways. It could heal Lyra's wounds, sense dangers before they happened, and even communicate through gentle thoughts. Alex watched in awe. This child, ... It's more than we imagined. But the outside world was not yet ready for such a miracle. News of the child's birth spread through hidden channels, reaching both allies and enemies. The hunters who had chased them before now gathered in larger numbers. Driven by greed and fear, Alex knew their time in the sanctuary was limited. "We must prepare," he told Lyra. "Our child needs to learn to protect itself." Lyra nodded. "And we must teach it what it means to be human, ... and Zyran." They began to train the child in the cave's safety, teaching control over its powers, how to hide when necessary, and how to trust. One evening, as the child played with glowing stones, a sudden shadow crossed the cave entrance. Alex and Lyra stood, weapons ready. A figure stepped inside, an elder guardian, his eyes full of wisdom. "You have done well," he said. "The child is a light in the darkness." Lyra smiled. "Thank you for your protection." The Guardian's voice grew serious. "The time will come when your child must face the galaxy. You must be ready." Alex nodded. "We understand." Days later, as Alex repaired the artificial womb systems, a signal came through the ship's old communicator. A message from the Zyran Council. It was an invitation, or a challenge, Lyra looked at Alex. "They want to see the child." To judge, Alex's jaw tightened. "We must go. Can't hide forever." The child, now stronger and more aware, looked between them, as if sensing the coming journey. Alex smiled gently. "It's time to meet your people." Lyra held the child close, and to show them what hope looks like. Together, the small family prepared to leave the sanctuary, ready to face whatever the galaxy had in store. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: a new life had begun, and, with it, new hope for all. The small ship drifted through the quiet void of space, carrying Alex, Lyra, and their child toward the distant planet of Zyran. The journey was long, filled with silent moments where the weight of the future pressed heavy on their minds. Alex sat near the control panel, his eyes scanning star maps and incoming messages. Lyra cradled their child, whose soft glow lit the cabin with a gentle, otherworldly light. The child's eyes fluttered open, and a quiet hum filled the air, a sign of life, of hope. Alex broke the silence. "Soon we will face the council. It will decide the fate of your child, and maybe the fate of two worlds." Lyra's voice was steady but full of emotion. "I fear their judgment. The council is strict, bound by old rules and fear of change." Alex reached for her hand. "We will face them together." As the ship neared Zyran's atmosphere, the planet's surface came into view. Vast cities with towering spires, glowing lights that pierced the darkness below. But beneath, the beauty, tension lingered. The council's decision could bring peace or war. They landed in the capital city, a place both familiar and strange to Lyra. The council chamber was an ancient hall filled with stern faces, alien symbols, and heavy silence. The leaders eyed the child with suspicion and curiosity. One elder spoke first. "Lyra, you bring an abomination, a child born of two incompatible races. How do you justify this?" Lyra stood tall. "This child is not an abomination. It is a symbol of unity, of hope for our peoples." Another council member scoffed. "Hope or danger? The child's power could destroy us all." Alex stepped forward. "This child is proof that our worlds can come together. The fear should not rule us." A long debate followed, voices rising and falling like waves, but then the child's eyes glowed brightly, and a calm voice echoed in the chamber, not from any speaker, but from the child itself. "I am the future," the child said simply. Gasps filled the room. The council fell silent, stunned by the unexpected display. An elder nodded slowly. "Perhaps we have judged too quickly." The mood shifted. Alex and Lyra exchanged hopeful glances. After long hours, the council reached a decision. They would allow the child to live, but under careful watch. Lyra sighed in relief. "It is a start," Alex smiled, "and a chance to change everything." Outside the chamber, reporters and citizens gathered, their faces mixed with fear and curiosity. The child's story spread across the galaxy. The first true bridge between humans and Zyrans. Some feared the change. Others welcomed it. But all knew the future was different now. Back on the ship, as they prepared to leave, a new message came in, a warning from distant enemies, who still sought to claim the child's power. Alex looked at Lyra. "The fight is far from over." Lyra nodded. "But we are ready." Together, they vowed to protect their child and build a future where two worlds could live as one. The stars stretched endlessly before them, a vast, uncertain path filled with danger, hope, and new beginnings. As the ship soared into the night, Alex whispered, Our story has just begun.